Hi, welcome to Tuesday's Technique. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done that. I wanted to show you the card we're going to do today. It is called, hold on one second. It is called Embossed Crayon Resist, and we are going to use the shimmer spray, and I've already ran it through the Big Shot on more mustard paper and the wallpaper. And let me get a little bit closer so you can see what I'm going to be doing. Okay, alright. You're going to take a crayon, and I chose a dark one because I really like dark colors with the mustard. I think it looks really pretty and antique-ish. And you're going to take off all the paper, and then you're going to just rub the crayon over your embossed image. So it leaves it like that. And if you can tell, it's left the crayon on there, so it's kind of glistening. Okay, if that's a word. Alright, we're going to use Cajun Craze, and I'm going to take some of that, whoops, and just put it around. Then I'm going to take Cherry Cobbler, which is one of my very favorite colors, and I like that because it's really dark red and it's such a pretty color. Okay, then I'm going to come in with Early Espresso. Let me move this so that you can see it still, and I'm going to just kind of go in between where I got it real dark with the red to tone it down just a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to take it and go around the edges. And I like antique looks, so that's what I'm trying to go for here. I'm going to show you a card at the end that is more modern and bright and cheery, that using the same technique. Okay, so we have all of that. Then I'm going to come in with a dry sponge that doesn't have anything on it, and I'm going to just buff off the crayon. And you can tell it's not quite so shiny. Okay, so then I want to layer that onto Early Espresso. So let me go ahead and put tape on this. And I made it just a hair bigger so that it just peeks around the edges. Okay, let me back up a little bit so I can tell you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take the Stampin' Up! Box that was given to us for when we're spraying the shimmer paint so we don't get it all over our house. And I've got the Smooch Spritz spray, that's the silver. First off, I'm going to take this out and I'm going to spray it first so I can get all the big clumps out first. And then I'm going to spray it. And as you can tell, it didn't leave any big old blobs because I sprayed first. Alright, so I have that, and I really like the way it makes it really shimmery. See how you can tell? Oh, so pretty. Okay, so then I'm going to take the ribbon, and this is the ribbon, the Cherry Cobbler ribbon out of the mini. And at the end I'll have the exact name for you. And I'm going to lay, well, first off I put some tape on the back. I've shown you this before. And this way it saves ribbon. I am going to put that around the back, stretch it out, stretch it again, And I really like the way this looks when I layer my ribbons. And the early espresso just sets off that cherry cobbler so well. Okay, there you go. Isn't that pretty? Alright, so I'm going to put that aside for a second, and I'm going to punch out using the 5-petal punch a more mustard and a cherry cobbler. With the cherry cobbler, I am going to do the early espresso just to tone it down a little bit so it's not quite so bright, and just on the tips. And with the more mustard, I'm going to go around with the cherry cobbler. Okay, then I'm going to layer this on top, just like that. And with my poker, I'm going to put a hole, and then I'm going to put a Build-A-Brad, but I'm not going to put anything on top of the Build-A-Brad. For this card, I really kind of like the look, the antique look that this just gives all by itself. And I really like that I can do that. Okay, so then I'm going to spritz this flower, because I want that to shimmer and shine too. Alright. You know I like my shimmer spray. Alright, I'm going to tip that or turn that over. I'm going to add the dimensionals, and what I like to do is put them between the two colors, so that kind of makes it to where it holds them still. Otherwise they would keep moving, and this way it just keeps them in one place. Alright. Take that off. And I'm going to lay that on my card base. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and put more adhesive on this. And put this onto a piece of the cherry cobbler. Whoop, I think I got that too big. Well, I'll put it on so you can see, and then I will trim it real quick. There you go. Then I have a big piece of more mustard, and I'm going to go around it with the with the early espresso to tone down the mustard a little bit so it's not so bright, since this is supposed to be an antique card. Then I'm going to take the Thinking of You from the Curly Cute, and remember how I said to stamp first to make sure you have it going the right way. You don't want to ruin your whole card at the last minute. Alright, and then I put that in there. Then I'm going to put adhesive again on this. Okay. Alright, so there's that card. And then, that's how it is, finished. And then I have this one, which I told you would be brighter. It says thank you. And I used certainly celery and Daffodil Delight and the bird punch, because I thought that that just looked so cheery, and this would be a great spring card or Easter. So, and I also spritzed this with gold, and it's very subtle. It didn't blob at all, which is even greater or better. And I also, you can tell with the crayon, I used the same color crayon because I didn't want to take apart another crayon, but you can tell that when I buffed it, it really left some of it, but not too much. It just gives you a totally different look than this one. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you again next week. Thank you.